It's mailbag time with non-copyrighted music.
Ooh, heavy one. What is this? Oh, okay. Wow, interesting packaging for what can be quite delicate items. I'm pretty sure they probably survived okay. Well, one way to find out, let's see if we can get a voltage off these guys. They are 110 by 60, but no voltage given. Let's have a look. 5 volt maybe? Yeah, looks about 5 voltish. This is just artificial light, of course. The big yellow might have more. Let's see what the listing says.
Yeah, so it looks like it's listed as 6 volts, and if there was any sun around, we could probably check that. But yeah, for now, we'll go with 5 to 6 volts.
Ooh, heavy. Wow. What's this about? Oh, and an inside one as well. Well packaged. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay. So, bit of a long-term project is to get some water from the top of the property down to maybe the bottom, and along the way either use it to do some watering around the place, or maybe I've got in mind some power generation. So if I can trap water at the top, then maybe with these valves and some microcontrollers, I can control it as it flows through the property. That's the plan anyway. The altimeter tells me that I've got maybe a 32-ish meter drop from the top of the property to the bottom. So I've got something like this, let's say. So up the top here, I'm thinking about maybe a shed which the animals, we've got a couple of goats and a couple of sheep that they can shelter up here. And maybe if we put something like a sloping roof and a water tank, we could then run water down to here and have one of these guys sitting there, 12 volt control, and we could supply the house perhaps at times when there's no electricity here. And then further, we could maybe even go down. Now that's quite a big drop. And the potential energy would mean that a little generator down here could even supply the house, perhaps in terms of electricity for when the power's out as well. I've also got a little bit of a long-term plan that maybe if we have a sort of like a windmill arrangement at the bottom here, this water could actually be pumped the other way. And so other valves may be brought into the situation and control it all over the place. So that's the plan. First thing to do is to maybe, we've got a little shed just behind here, which does have already a roof on it that we can collect water from. So it's just where wood is stored and sometimes where dogs sleep. It's less of a drop, of course, but proof of concept might be to get one of these going in that context as well. So yeah, the start of perhaps a very big long-term project, because who doesn't like hydro? And 32 meters is a lot of potential energy. Also, while I'm at it, I think I might modify my altimeter project as well. So I'll link the altimeter project in, but I'd like to maybe walk from one point of the property down to the bottom and get an actual profile of what this is, because this isn't drawn to scale at the moment. Do they work? Let's try it. Not much in the way of markings on these things, so I'm just going to... Oh, it's a bit wobbly. I wonder why that is. I don't know too much about these things, but anyway, let's have a go. So we should be listening for a noise. Yeah, that sounds satisfying. That's 10 volts, and they're rated to 12. I'm wondering actually if I shouldn't hook it up to a hose, and then maybe... probably just a 9-volt battery across here would activate it somehow. I'm keen to try that. Let's do it. So just we've got the valve here, and at the moment you can reverse it and so that's normally on, and then this will close it down. But this is normally off in the normally off position, and then we just a little 9-volt battery here, and that shows that the valve is working pretty well. So yeah, not bad. I think there'll be some. I don't like the mixing of water and electricity here. Let's try that again. Yeah, pretty good valve. So yeah, the projects for that will be numerous, hopefully. Okie dokie. And we've got, nice. So some 7-segment displays and listed as common cathode. Good, let's get them fired up. Common cathodes, so I've got a 100 ohm resistor there going to ground, 5 volts coming in, and let's just test these segments. There is a connection at the top for ground as well, but I'm going all out through the bottom at the moment. All looking good, green as advertised. Yep. And the last couple, one last segment, and one last dot. Nice one, love these things. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. No knife required. Whoa, interesting packaging. Okay. 2 orders at once, I guess. So this one would be some sort of DC to DC converter, I'm imagining. Big inverter, big caps, couple of big heat sinks attached to something I can't see in there. And then we've got some in-skis and some out-skis and some adjusting pots. So I'm probably going to go with being able to control current, control voltage, and probably, yeah, I would say probably a buck converter, but let me check that. Yeah, so interesting specs on this guy. And these are just, I mean, these ones that have come with it are just standard 18650 battery chargers with the TP, I think it's 4056, I want to say. And the difference, I guess, with some of the other ones that I've got is that this is the USB-C adapters at the front here, which means, you know, they could probably accept a little bit of a higher power rating, I guess, and probably a little safely as well, given the protocol for the USB-Cs is a bit ahead of the mini and micro USBs. So that's yeah, that's just for many of the solar / 18650 projects that I've got on the go. But this guy, I think we should hook him up and see if he's working. The power supply cranked at 10 volts and a current control of about 350 milliamps. So let's arc that up. And let's also see what the voltage drop is across that LED. So we've got 10 volts coming into our buck converter, and we've got, I'm pretty sure it's voltage control on this side and it is current control on this side. Let's try voltage to start with and see if we can't get this up a little bit. So yeah, that seems to be working fine. Let's pop it up around the 5 volt mark. And you can see the current going up. And we'll try some current limitation, which I think will go in a counterclockwise direction, if I can get this in. All right, here we go. So we should see the current drop. Yeah, there it goes. So yeah, I think that's a bit of a win. Not sure what the overall ratings are like and whether they're going to be accurate, but I figure at some stage I'm going to need to be looking at bigger loads and DC to DC conversions, and so this unit should come into its own for that. Next. And we've got, what have we got? Surely not. Just two headers. What? That's a strange way of packaging. And I think these are the weird W806s that Scott has been playing with, and I've been less successful playing with. It's, I'll link just in the up here a link to Scott's video, and yeah, he's been looking at these weird beasts that are about literally just $2 each, and they've got a very fast processor and lots of great specs, but quite difficult to get to in terms of the programming, because they are, you know, completely developed, I think, for a different market, and so data sheets and all that sort of stuff is quite difficult. But yeah, interesting little beasts they are, and I think, you know, because I've got a predilection for crazy devices, these might come in handy. The complete packaging for one header is a bit of a surprise. Not really sure what that's about. Not really sure. I think I would have only ordered two. If I've ordered four, then that's not good. What's in this one? Oh, there's only the one in there, and the headers as well. So yeah, but that's the plan for those is to eventually maybe be able to program them and use them pretty much in the same way that a Nano is used, but with faster speed. And yeah, the specs are impressive if you can unlock it.
That is the mailbag for the week, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.